Hey guys, today I'm just going to talk a little bit about how I'm going to assemble the wall mount kit with the fresh air intake for the Grizzly Cubic mini wood stove. Now, I want to first begin by saying if you guys go ahead and get this kit, be sure to remove all the plastic off of the metal that has it on it, because if you go ahead and leave that on there, you're going to have quite a mess on your hands. It will melt, it will stink, it'll fume, and you just don't want that. So for this video, I just set up the cardboard box it came in, and I'm just going to kind of go over some things. So here is the back plate, the main back plate. And you can see inside here we got some vents and some holes. And basically you don't want to set it like this and put it together like that. You want to have it so when we're pretending this cardboard box is the wall of your building, you want the edges that are folded up to stick up against the wall. That way you have a nice air gap in behind the stove. Okay? So basically the next thing I want to do is, I'm just going to tilt that up there for now. For my unit here, I want to show you guys the stand for the wood stove. So it's all stainless steel, very nice. And this is the grill here, which is going to bring oxygen up for my unit because I have the fresh air intake kit. Now make sure there's no holes on the front of this piece, because you want the holes that are on this side of the piece to be attached down here to the back of your back plate. Okay? So it says in the instructions to bolt it in place. Bolt the bottom plate to the back plate using 2 washers and 2 screws. So we have some bolts. We got 2 screws, 2 washers, and 2 nuts. So I will do that, and hopefully you guys will be able to see this. So I think the best way to do it is up on an angle like this. And I'm just going to lean that piece in there. And you're just going to line the holes up to one another, guys. And I'm going to place the bolt through the hole. And you know you have the right idea when it's just a nice tight fit in the back plate holes here. So I can screw that in by hand. You guys can see that, hopefully. And then I'm just going to tilt up the back plate a little bit and obviously put the bolt through the bottom plate. Hopefully you can see that. Like so. And then it says to use a washer and a nut to secure that. So that's what we're going to do. And I will tighten these up with a screwdriver in just a second. Now these are Phillips head screws, so I will have to go grab a Phillips screwdriver to help tighten these up so they're fully tightened down onto the back plate. So I'm going to go grab a Phillips screwdriver and we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, I have my Phillips head screwdriver handy, and I'm just going to hold the nut down with my hands, my fingers I mean, and just tighten up as tight as I can go, and repeat that step one more time. And that should really have it locked into place. Now, I'll stand it up again so you guys have a clear view of what that looks like. So we have the bottom plate here, we have the back plate, and next I need to attach to the bottom of this the fresh air intake piece that came with the unit, which is this here. So we want the pipe to face down, and we want to line these holes up with the bottom here of the plate. And then once it's done, all that fresh air will be distributed evenly underneath that plate. Now I have to figure out which bolts exactly do this, because I'm not quite clear on which ones do this job. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that we can just do it with the nuts and bolts that we have here. The only thing I'm concerned about is when the feet go on the Grizzly, they get mounted also down below on this plate, and they go right into the legs. So I'm guessing I will have to put this on last then, because these long Robertson screws will go through this plate, and into the legs, the four legs of the stove. So we'll save this till the end until I'm totally sure on that. Next though, I'm going to go ahead and align the back plate, which is going to hold the Grizzly to this base. So that'll be interesting. So the back plate is going to be mounted right to your back base here, and it is right here. So it has little U-hooks for the stove to sit into, and then clips as well. So I just got to read here exactly. Align the backplate assembly mounting bracket and bushings with the pilot holes. Insert 4 2-inch long screws into the wall. Okay, so we have 4 2-inch long screws here. And I think we have to have the bushings go inside. As far as I can tell, it looks like the bushings go in behind the bracket and then into the wall. So they would go like this, and then a bushing, and then the rest goes into the wall through the hole, obviously. So the stove sits out a bit with the 4 bushings provided there. So I will prepare that.